they are really good on train.
And let's not forget Mirage, obviously the second map. That's where Luminosity, formerly Keyed, formerly Kaboom, you know, that's where they launched into the spotlight. That was the map that set them apart, and suddenly everyone was like, oh wow, okay, maybe they're just a one-trick pony. But they've worked hard, maybe they've expanded that pool, but they are against Fnatic. They are by far the favorites for this team. They have just dropped 4 rounds in the entire tournament in the 2 group stage matches. No doubt about it, the Brazilians have a massive task ahead of them.
Yeah, and especially starting onto the T side on train as well, knowing Fnatic, you will see a lot of heavy pushes from Fnatic as well, especially from JW, pushing into Pop Dog, pushing in with the Mag 7. I think we're not going to be seeing a very slow start of Fnatic.
Well, here we go then. We are getting into our final quarter-final here in the Lanxess Arena for ESL 1 2015. It is, of course, Fnatic versus Luminosity, the big favourites versus what have been a massive surprise here as well. People were saying practice was good for Luminosity, and it's really showed here as well. Looking very, very strong coming into today. We'll see if it's strong enough to beat Fnatic, though.
Yeah, and you see here Luminosity respecting Fnatic insanely much. Just look, they're just playing it very safe right now. They all bought armor, and they're just holding defensively, just waiting for Fnatic to possibly push them.
Solid setup. Where will they falter? Steel and Fallen trying to lead the charge. It looking like it actually could be straight down into Pop Dog. Olaf Meister's holding Z Connector. Crim's way back on bomb. JW is going to be the first man they may find as they try and pop around that corner. Cold Zero, you can see, is ready and waiting to go with bolts. JW just holding the angle. Confident defensive setup from Fnatic.
It's going to be a late push here onto the outer side. We see there already, Crim's going to launch a nade, and this could actually do some good damage. Actually didn't really touch them as I expected there. And we see they're already on top of the bomb train here. Fer going to get the first kill of the game, and the second onto Crims. Can he get number 3? JW was low. They did finish off JW, but it leaves us in a 3-on-2 advantage to the Brazilians.
Olaf set up nice and high. Flusher down low. They have a good little crossfire setup here, and now it's a 2-on-2. It's going to be Flusher that gets pushed, and it will go down. Now Fallen, the leader for the team, to try and get the Brazilians their first round, but it's not going to happen. Flusher will come out on top, and the B defenders come through and get themselves 4 kills between them. A great little retake situation from Fnatic.
Yeah, and I mean, for Luminosity, they actually started off really well. They didn't have any nades, so it all came down to aim duels, and they actually won those in the beginning. Fer with 2 amazing frags. They did not get the bomb down, which was a massive, which was a major issue, and then Fnatic just capitalized on that.
So looking into round number 2 there, we did see a good couple of kills coming in. It's Tech9's pretty much across the board here. Only Fallen, and we know exactly why he's going to be waiting in terms of cash here. He wants to get his hands on the AWP that he's been so spectacular with so far here at ESL 1 Cologne. We'll see if Luminosity can pull anything off in these early stages. It's been a fairly slow start for them once again. We saw them moving into the outer bomb site in the pistol at around about 35 seconds. And it seems that they're going to be taking a similar pace here this round.
Yeah, having 3 smoke grenades, so it looks like to be just a regular, either smoke outside and just try and get the bomb down, or just triple smokes inner and just try and get the bomb. All in all, the main thing here is just to get the bomb down for Luminosity.
Well, it is a slow, steady pace again. It is a little creepy crawly into B. Now, Flusher and Olaf Meister, who just got the 4 kills in the previous round, are sitting on those M4s because of that. And this is a risky play for Luminosity. 39 seconds on the clock already, running it down all the way. And there's 2 smokes. There's one going out, setting up. The second will follow, and the first flash is all they've got to play with. Joe looks like they're getting ready to try and burst through down. Olaf Meister and Flusher going to get pressured.
Yeah, Olaf been blind there for a second, but did get a good couple of shots off, but no frag for him, and that means that the bomb will get planted. They do finally start the kills raining in, so it's mission accomplished here really for Luminosity. Bomb is planted, not really expecting them to be able to hold it 2 versus 5, and we should see them fall here. That defuse coming in. Cold was the last man left in there, but as you mentioned, Fifth Laren, aim was bomb down, and that's what they got.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously the main objective. The second one is to try and kill off as many Fnatic members as possible. They didn't kill a single member of them. So they're Fnatic still with a very good economy. Luminosity, getting the bomb down when you force buy, the main objective is obviously get the bomb down so they can actually afford you up on Fallen the next round anyway.
Well, it looks like Luminosity are going to go for the Tech-9s again. No armor to come through with it, and just 2 flashes and a smoke. Meanwhile, Fnatic starting to stack out their economy early after not losing a single man there, like you mentioned. Flusher, is he going to go a little bit more aggressive here? He's got a grenade in hand, but as soon as that flash comes through, the singular one, it gives them all the information they need. Manages to nail coldzera to the wall. Olofmeister comes around to join him. And these players combined have picked themselves up 8 kills already. Make that another stack load. Olofmeister, well, as soon as he switches to the Tech-9, you know you're in trouble. Fallen the last man standing, coming through connector, just straight into the crosshairs of Pronex, Crims, and everybody else from Fnatic. It's a very straightforward 3-0, and it's another 4 kills for Olofmeister. That guy has got 8 kills in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, and the first test coming in for Luminosity here. We do have Fallen with the AWP. We'll be able to buy some nades as well. All the other Luminosity players will have smoke grenades also. So for Luminosity here, it's all about not showing Fnatic respect. You cannot do that. So for Fallen's part here, he needs to go aggressive. He needs to try and get a pick or 2. If they keep on re-smoking him, just end up using your smokes to your advantage, and then either try and get the bomb down outside or do something with a smoke execute inner.
And one thing's for sure, JW is not going to show anybody any respect in this one. We know him as a pretty wild player when it comes to positioning. Likes to get up in your face early and catch you out. This time around was a fairly pensive start for him, just wanting to really feel out what Luminosity are going to be aiming for here in the 4th round. In the first round that Luminosity will have those weapons. Up until now, they've not done a whole lot with them. And you can see the bomb there just edging its way a little bit down Ivy. So an outer push here, looking like it will be on the cards for Luminosity. There are 4 men defending there right now, though, from Fnatic. This is not going to be easy.
And that Ivy stack is really going to be vital here. Pronex is the one that's holding it at bay. The second that smoke clears, Fallen will have a clear angle with bolts and coldzera. Does manage to flash on back. Pronex is going to back on through, and he gets a little glimpse across. It was a perfect little flash setup, but it's only a 1-for-1 trade in the end, and still gets himself down. Fur pushing around. JW in a little corner right now. coldzera and Faller. Crims is sneaking up behind them. JW lurking in the smoke. They're still yet to find him. Crims will come through. He gets the double. That's the bomb. Loose, and well, Fnatic again looking to shut down Luminosity in their tracks. Steal the sole man standing in no man's land over on B site, just trying to save his weapon.
Yeah, should be able to hold this one through as well. And, you know, just the initial hold there from Fnatic was sublime again. Yeah, and for Luminosity, you saw there, this wasn't the first round where they were very low on time, and they need to make sure that by the time they actually start executing on either the A or B bomb site, that they have more time to work with, because otherwise it's just going to be very stressed. They're just going to throw nades and hope for the best, and that will not work for Team Fnatic. Or versus Team Fnatic, sorry. Well, a lot of teams have found out that not a lot of stuff works against Fnatic, being a problem for many a team. And of course, this one will have that AK from Steel, but the rest of them just rocking the Tech-9s. 3 of them with the armor. Of course, Steel did survive that last round. It's looking like this inner site will once again be the push for them. Couple of shots going off here, which will sound the alarm bells for Fnatic, and we see they already are pulling JW back over to B, just to make sure that if that push does start to come in, that they have at least a 2-man defense to hold.
That smoke is all that's holding them back at the moment. JW's got himself the perfect angle. Just a little raise. He's going to see this coming. Flusher, Molly is going to slow them right down, but they're going to push on through before it goes down. So that's a good little start. And they do manage to find Flusher's head, and they get a quick bit of play, but Crims and JW respond with ease. JW goes down. Now, Fur, key in this round, he's going to try and push on through. You can see his Steel just lurking in the smoke, but Olofmeister up on high. Pronex with the retake, and well, they are just trying to cut them down. Bolts, the last man standing, gets himself a double, and now we're down to a 1-on-1, but it is Crims he's up against, and he's still yet to get the bomb down. 30 seconds, plenty of time to go looking for that kill.
Just spotted Crims there as well. Bomb obviously down there. Bolts will be blind. 16 seconds of this round still to go. Bolts certainly got the time for it. And Crims just covering the backside there, expecting that he might get pushed from the side, but Bolts going to get in there and now get the bomb down, and it's now move to Crims. Will he be able to find Bolts out here? Bomb ticking away. Crim's really checking every single train. And the more trains you check, the less time you're going to have when it comes to making that final frag that he needs to find here onto Bolts. And, well, he's going to have to make his move now. Will start to rush forward, shooting a dead body there, which will totally give his position away. There was the defuse, and Bolts will peek out, and he will finish the round off. That's the first one on the board here for Luminosity.
Yeah, great round by Luminosity, having force buying once again. Bolts being the one man just rushing towards the bomb site, getting a 4-kill as well, and the other remaining Luminosity players, except for the one going upper, just ran through the smoke, just trying to make sure that Fnatic's rotation did not end up coming as fast. They ended up going down, but again, great round by Bolts.
That's one on the board. Let's see if they can make it more. They're going to try and work the way once again, slow and steady. This seems to be a very deliberate play for Luminosity, just to slow it down a little bit. Just wait that clock down, look to see if they can get any little angle, any little glimpse. And of course, remember, Fnatic can afford to buy them strays back up. It is Flusher on a P90. They weren't in the best financial situation because they had lost quite a few kills over those last few rounds, or a couple of deaths, I should say. But again, nobody showing, nobody peeking, nobody looking at the angles. Luminosity just waiting for that time to tick down to that 40-second mark before they make their play.
Still 50 to go here on this one, so definitely a slow kickoff for Luminosity, and being what they've been favouring so far, but they're going to have to start making up some ground here. We are on board with Bolts, who started to push down towards Ivy, but that was smoked off for him, so no real information gained for him at that point. And now we hit the 30-second mark, and the time really is starting to become a little pressing as Fur will go down in the B site. Fallen is going to look to open up and finds Crims there on top of the bomb train, but JW up inside of the balcony will get one, will get two, with Pronax chiming in as well, but it's not over just yet. Now it is, though. JW chimes in for his hat-trick, and Fnatic saying, we can play this one patiently and shut you down when you make your move.
Yeah, and Luminosity trying to actually do an inner fake from the previous round that they actually did. Fur ended up going down. I believe if they actually got that kill there, you might have seen a rotation coming from Fnatic. But then Fallen with a great kill on the A bomb stop by JW, just locking it down. He does that so well, just making sure that they never know where he is.
Full eco coming from Luminosity this time around. Expect to see a little bit quicker play here. Fur with the bomb in hand. You can see them all piling down Pop Dog. It's going to be Olaf Meister and Crims that are lined up. Looks like JW is going to get his head out the window as well to get a little glimpse on this one. It should be simple cleanup duty for Fnatic, and it looks like they won't drop a single frag as everybody is just mowed on down. 6-1 for Fnatic. A very solid start on the CT side, and obviously looking to make it much stronger. Now, Luminosity, I think that was pretty much clear their heads, but they really haven't got a great economy still. You can see they've gone for a bit of a force once again with the Tech-9s.
Yeah, but I like this because the force buy that they're making is so just to make sure they can still buy the next round, and that's the main thing. You see Fallen there just buying one smoke, so he can actually buy an op next round. So this is a force buy that I actually do like.
See if they play this one a little faster than we've been coming to expect from Luminosity, and we can see there quite a few of them slowly edging around towards B. Olaf will spot them, will instantly deploy the smoke, and Flusher might fill his boots here, actually deciding to back away. Heichi and a Molotov will say, Luminosity, you have to wait a little longer now.
Stopping them dead in their tracks. Coldzera has actually made the change and tried to back away. They're maybe going to try and sell a fake and head on towards A side, but there's no rotation really coming from Fnatic. JW actually getting a long look down all the way from Ivy. But Flusher does manage to find himself one. At the moment, Luminosity are just struggling to find any angles, any way into sight without basically someone coming up huge, which is what happened in that singular round they won. They're going to go piling in towards B site though. Let's see if they can make it back count.
Nade absolutely wrecking them there. 3 of them down to less than half HP, but Steel will pick off Olaf Meister. Still a long way to go, and still a lot of powerful weapons for Fnatic here to retake this bomb site. As Flusher will get himself another one. JW snipes Bolts in the back, but he might pay for it here. There is a push around the back from Steel. He will get the AWP and say, okay, defuse the bomb, but I'm taking that Dragon Law home.
Yeah, very smart play by Steel. There's no point in just even trying to save the bomb from being defused there. Saving the op will save Fallen 4 points. 7K in the bank, so that means that he can probably, if he wants, even buy one more op if they feel that this is not working out. But for Luminosity here now, you can see the slow play that they've been doing has not been working. They've tried to go into one round, which was successful, but both had to get 4 to do so, and then you saw the Ender fake as well. So again, you haven't really seen a smoke outside round yet, just to try to neutralize JW with that op outside.
Oh, they're going to try and quicken up the pace here. Look at First, straight through, bursting into sight, straight into Courtyard. They're going to try and rush on down, but they've not managed to get any opening kills as they push on through. Fur does find one, gets the spray down on JW, but JW just turns around and takes his head off. And now coldzera, that grenade will keep them at bay. But it's Pronax, JW, Crims and Flusher, all with his sights still on lockdown. You can see JW on next to no help, but he only needs the one land shot. And Bolt's going to get the plant down.
Well, is he here? We are going to see them being dropped off one by one, and Fallen will find himself all alone. He does finish off JW. Seen another head there as the flash came over the top, but he's got one up close. He'll deal with Pronax. Oh, missing the shot there off to the other side, and Flusher with the slightest of angles will make it count. And Fallen hitting some shots, but the rest of his team were already dead.
Yeah, but I really like the play from Luminosity, trying something new, going aggressive, not showing Fnatic any respect. The main problem there is that they don't get the bomb down. They have the full control of the outer bomb site. Fnatic are actually forced very defensively from Ivy and also Connector, but not getting the bomb down just gets Fnatic in a much better position where they can just really just pick Luminosity apart.
Well, they've tried to force some way back into this one. Let's see if they can go quick once again, or whether it be deliberate delay. It will be slow once again, and doesn't look like they want to be looking any angles. They're expecting a push out of Ivy, actually. I can see coldzera and Bolts have tucked themselves in with Fallen holding the angle, but they are going to flash themselves around. That will give Pronax the angle, while Crims has gone fairly aggressive over on main there. Pronax will get himself a little glimpse. Fallen's going to line up the shot, and he will manage to make it count. Now the question is, will they push on Ivy? The rotation is coming from Fnatic to try and cover it off.
Well, we see that, as you mentioned, Crims there. The way that he's pushed up here could be an important factor in this defense for Fnatic. Smoke will finally clear, which means that he will back off and take the angle. It looks like Luminosity have decided that Ivy, despite the single kill down there, is not where they want to push, and they're going to take a bit of a move over, head up into the hallways and down onto that inner B bomb site. 5 versus 4, let's not forget, and Crims has got a bit of a rotation to make if he wants to get involved in the action when that one goes off. We have seen JW take out Fallen to bring this back to a 4v4, as Bolts will actually fall there to Olofmeister, and JW now going to get that AWP into action once again. Can he find anyone? Has spotted the man on upper ramp and will deal with Steel. Can he get number 2? He does. Number 3, not quite there for Infernal. Last man left alive. He's got a massive task on his hands, and Flusher will keep his cool to win another round here for Fnatic to put them 9-1 up. This could be a heavy, heavy CT side for them.
Yeah, and for Luminosity, yeah, you see the timeout coming in now. They got the entry, but they're very unsure of what they want to do. And that when Grims is in such a good position in T connector, he just called to everyone else. Like, well, there's no one here, and Olaf, you have control over Ivy, you can't see anyone, and you also can have control over all the outside. And that then JW just rotated back inner, landing 3 massive shots, and he's on fire. You can't do that versus a team like Fnatic, especially versus a player like JW, when you know that he's just going to be running around looking for frags. You need to be sure of what you're going to do. You have the entry. Either you do a smoke round outside, or you rush back and you go inner fast so that you don't have time to rotate.
Just the 2 deaths for Flusher so far. Olofmeister and JW both on 12 as well. Remember, Olaf had, 8 kills in the first 3 rounds as well. 9-1. It's, I would say, a predictable score for Fnatic on the CT side once they picked up that pistol round, but Luminosity, they've been trying different things, trying set plays, but they are slow set plays. And like you said, as soon as they got that opener, they were easy to read. Yeah, and I mean, when they look at their previous round, when they actually just rushed outside, that was a great round because Fnatic was not ready for it. The main problem is that they did not get the bomb down on time. And then just look at the previous round, right? This is what Moses was talking about. When you put 5 just individual players and you have a really great team, JW, who was just peak in the upper area, as soon as he saw someone, he got a flash from Flusher, just jumped down, easy kill, right? And this is the strength of Fnatic. They work so well together.
Well, we are back underway. Let's see what this pause has brought. Whether Luminosity can do anything. There's an early flash coming in. Flusher will again back away, but he will have a grenade in hand there, but still manages to get back to the rifle and get the kill. He finally does get dropped, though, to bring us back to a 4 versus 4. Bomb, though, is on the bomb train and will be planted here. So the problem that I see for Luminosity is not much health. Fallen and Cold both very, very low here. Let's see if they can convert this one and hold on to the bomb.
Bolts could be key here. He's going to come around connector. If Crims isn't wise to what is happening here, Olafmeister's going to come around, but that stops that dead in his tracks. Steal up close and personal still. Trying to get a peek around. Gets a little glimpse of Pronex. The spray down not quite working. Fallen doesn't land the shot. And JW, clean-up duty is working well for him. The defuse will come in from Crims, and that is going to make it 10-1 for Fnatic. It is a great start from them in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, for sure. And Flusher not going down in the first case scenario there. It's just Luminosity. First of all, the Molotov, he almost killed 2. And then getting the bomb down, it doesn't really matter if you try to push them at that point in time, because when Flusher doesn't go down ASAP, you can't even push, because Fnatic, they're already in CT connector, just waiting for you.
Well, Luminosity being helped out here in terms of money, so it's going to be AKs across the board for them, and looking like a bit more of a pacier move once again. Molly will go down, and JW is going to be looking for the shots. Did land one onto Fallen, but Fallen still gets his shots off to kill off JW, but that's just going to be all she wrote here. Cold did get one back as well, and gets himself a second, so not completely over, and we're down to a 2 versus 1. Steel, who's got almost full HP, 1 smoke, and 1 HE grenade as well. But the bomb down, and Crims is actually behind him now.
Flusher on the rotate to 1 as well. He's going to come around, and Steel's going to get caught completely unawares here unless he turns any second now. It doesn't matter. Crims does it for him. And that was, again, very well played by Fnatic. They got down to that 2v1 situation and used it very well. 11-1 Fnatic still just dropped 5 rounds in this entire tournament. It's their 3rd map so far. They are looking very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, throughout this whole tournament, Fnatic has looked unstoppable. Even here, you see the team play from Fnatic. 2-on-1 situation. As soon as Crims saw that one player down by Ivy, Flusher just instantly peeks. They're always trying to help each other out, which it's so difficult to play against. And for Luminosity, first of all, yeah, they tried something. They tried the aggressive round once more. It doesn't work. It doesn't really work out. And now you just have to look for options here, and you need to land your shots.
Well, we see that Bolt is down to just 2 health from the start of this one. I think got legged there through the smoke, and the grenade almost finished him off. But again, not the ideal start for them, not the ideal loadout that they have either. Those 3 Galils and a Tech-9 for Fur. And again, 2 men holding this inner sight with Flusher and Olaf. Going to make it difficult for them to actually get back around. Pronax will be pushing off towards T-spawn, and that's going to tell them, okay, they're not pushing out, they're not in T-spawn. They must be coming either sat by ladder and will drop down, or where are they going to go? There is Flusher actually pushing up, so they know exactly where Luminosity are now. Will push around, and Steel gets a frag back.
Gets caught out, and that's going to force JW back. Olafmeister, though, giving him cover. Overwatch fire. Pronax and Crims holding A site. They've managed to dive down to Pop Dog, but Cold Zero and Fallen haven't got themselves 1 and 2 as Olafmeister suddenly all alone on B site. Now the rotation coming in. The bomb plant will go down from Cold Zero. And Olafmeister, how is he going to work this one? He's played magnificently throughout this tournament. You'd expect him to try and get a couple here, but he doesn't manage to land the shots on Cold Zero, and that's already giving problems. He's going to fall back, but Fallen's holding the angle, and he will get him down. The 2nd round on the board for Luminosity. They've got to get what they can, and for a moment, Fifth Lauren, I thought they'd absolutely fluffed it again. Just as Pronax pushed through, he saw Fur, he backed all the way down from T-spawn, tossed himself a long-range flash to try and sell the fake, but then they were so slow at B again.
Yeah.
I thought they'd done it again.
Yeah, and I mean, Flusher, he was the one actually peeking, so it actually looked a little bit like a throw run from Fnatic. Overly aggressive, just peeking 1 by 1, not really the same Fnatic we saw.
Well, JW has already pushed down. Ivy here misses actually that first shot and will have to try and smoke himself out. There is the Molotov going to come in. JW actually just out of range there, tucked in the corner. So he's still sat on full HP and may have a peek. Decides he's actually going to hop his way out of there just to be safe. And actually, if you look down the health, it was a nice little start this time for Luminosity. But again, it's a slow one.
This is something that Luminosity have tried the last, what, 4 or 5 rounds running now. They clearly feel there is a weakness at Ivy that they can try and do anything with, but with JW down to 9 health, it's possible now. They could force him back. Pronex has been the guy that's been covering off with JW. They've both been tagged, and they're being persistent. They're sticking around here, but the clock is still ticking.
Yeah, but look at the way the Fnatic's playing. Look at how they're very defensive in their approach here. One CT window, one A side, one back of Ivy. Even if they go out Ivy here, Fnatic, they had 4 members just stationed.
Well, there is the push down Ivy. The flash will blind them. The Molotov is going to burn away a little bit of damage for them. Smokes have come in. There's only 20 seconds of this round to go. They need to start making a move here towards the bomb site as Olafmeister and Pronax are both going to get in on the action. Crims will come in there as well. Finally, a couple of kills back, but only 9 seconds to go. They need to move now. Fur on the bomb site itself. Fallen was trying to plant, but Flusher comes in with a double, and Fnatic will bounce right back into this one at 12-2.
Yeah, and again, Luminosity taking so much time, and the main reason for that is because Fnatic, they don't see any other Luminosity members around the map, so they're wasting all of their nades basically on Ivy, and which just caused Luminosity to be so slow to actually go outside and execute to the bomb site. And by then, it's 20 seconds left. There's no way you're going to be able to actually get in, kill a few people, and plant the bomb, and then still have time to actually good positioning.
It seems to me that Luminosity have just decided, it's like, okay, we're not going to outskill them, we're not going to outpeak them. We just need to try some tactical prowess, but with a consequence of that, they're not peeking anywhere. They're not giving anything away, and Fnatic are just happy to sit passively and we'll let them come at them with the clock ticking. This time around, they are going to try a little bit of pressure on B side, but Flusher's having none of it, and quite happily will back away with the support of Olafmeister. It has been a very testing first half for Luminosity, no doubt about it, and again, just trying to find anything. Fallen trying to rally his troops, but with only a Tech 9 in hand, it's going to be very tricky.
Key is to keep their spirits up here if they want to stand any chance in this best of 3, to be honest. Already 12 rounds against them, and this final round still having about 45 seconds to go. And again, a recurring theme from Luminosity: leave it late and try and get in there for that last second bomb plant, and they're going to do exactly that once again. There is Flusher actually connecting a lot onto the train, but he will now readjust. Bolts will take him, but Olafmeister is there once again. They've brought JW in. He will switch out to the CZ here, does some decent damage onto Fur, but doesn't get the kill, and Fur will actually make them pay for that one, taking down Olaf, and it's now a 4 versus 2. Real chance here for Luminosity.
Nicely done though from JW. The retake is on. Pronax trying to lead this charge and gets himself a spray down. Now we're down to a 2-on-2. Fallen tucked in at that bomb with that molly burning just around the side of him. Cold Zero did manage to take Crims down. He was on the rotate of Pop Dog, and he's going to get himself JW down. If Crims had got around there, he'd have been completely around the back of the team, and it would have knocked that Luminosity attack dead in its tracks. But as it is, they rescue a 3rd round. That's all they're going to get from the half, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, good round by Luminosity, just taking advantage of the fact that Flusher was all alone on the inner bomb site. And Flusher had a very bad position. I don't think that he actually looked into that position before coming into this game, because that train just ate all of his bullets. If he would have looked into it before and it would have actually worked, he would have probably killed off 2. But because of the fact that the train just ate all the bullets, he didn't have any bullets left. They rushed him, he died, and then they had the whole bomb site. You saw Fair, and they just kept on pushing because the other Fnatic members, they were nowhere to be found. Getting the bomb down, 2-on-2 situation, they managed to capitalize on that. So overall, just the half in general, Fnatic obviously very dominant. They seem extremely unstoppable. At least Luminosity broke the record for this tournament. They got 3 rounds so far. That's that is a record for Fnatic. So, but yeah, I just don't see Luminosity coming back from this. Knowing Fnatic as well, you're going to see a very, very aggressive approach here coming into this, their T side, and a very aggressive piss around.
Oh, we look down the Fnatic scoreboard, and it's everyone performing here as well. That's the scary thing, you know. If there's one star player and you manage to take him out early in the round, you think, okay, that can boost your spirits a little bit. Maybe we can get past this now. But Everyone over 10 kills, being led the way here by JW and Olaf with 15, Flusher with 14, Pronax on 12. So real great team performance here, as we've come to expect, as we've already seen in the game so far from Fnatic. As you mentioned, a massive uphill struggle here, at least in map number 1. Of course, this is best of 3 now in the quarterfinals. We'll have Mirage coming up after this and a possible third map on Cash if we were to get that far.
Yeah, and coming over to this T side here for Fnatic, this is Olafmeister's little baby here. Just on a particular T side, he does whatever he wants on this map. He can run outside T main, he can run Ivy, he can just take abuse of the fact that if Luminosity does not go aggressive, you're going to see Olafmeister everywhere. And on their CT side, you saw JW, he was everywhere with that op, and it was really close to stop him.
Yeah, JW has been hitting a lot of shots so far. Really untested, and he's been up against Fallen, we saw in that round, Guardian before. That was a domination score. So far, seemingly putting a lot of people at bay. But here we go. Pistols. Flush again, a little peek around the side. There's a big stack around Pop Dog, so it does look like it may well be an A hit, unless they're going to try and switch it around here, maybe sell themselves a flake over at B, but it's Bolts that will get the first kill of the round. It is going to be Pronax that goes down, and now the 4 stack on A site from Luminosity is holding steady, and that's where they're going.
Yeah, optimistic little start there, really, getting Pronax down. We'll see, though, if they can hold the push once it does start to move in. There's JW taking a couple of hits. He's actually watching over to main there, and Furt will be able to drop him. So only 3 men remain for Fnatic, one of which is Flusher, who just peeks out, spots 2 men and says, I think we might need to change up the plan here. I think that B bomb site is where things are going to be. But you see there are 2 men in connector there, which is going to mean fast rotations for Luminosity.
And they quickly spot them. Bomb plant will come in from Olafmeister, so good little reaction play there from Fnatic. Fallen gets a good tag down on Olaf, but not before he gets around. Went for the reload, but that was a very easy headshot to Fallen. Wasn't looking across the side there. Still, we'll get a quick response, but Crimson's going to try and hold steady as he catches Bolts coming through the smoke, but will not come out on top of the duel. Flusher will fall, the defuse will go down, and Luminosity get themselves the 4th round on the board in the exact C-side pistol they needed.
Yeah, and a very sloppy round from Fnatic. You had Pronax just die in Ivy, then the remaining Fnatic players, they didn't really know what to do. They were supposed to go inner, but then when Pronax started, like, okay, let's go outside, and then Crims called, there might be one in T connector, please cover for me, and then JW died because he was covering, and then just ended up rushing inner. And so they lost two men off the bat, and Luminosity with a 5-on-3 situation, easy retake on the B bomb side.
Fnatic now have lost as many rounds in this game as they did in their 2 group stage games. Obviously winning 16-2 both times around. We'll see though how this one's going to work out. Full eco for Fnatic should indicate an easy wipe up for Luminosity. They're going to be moving over towards the outer side. This nade could be extremely dangerous. The push does start to come through. Fur with 1, 2, 3. Can he find any more here as the switch is out to the pistol? There's his 4th. Cold will come in at the end and take it away from him. But it's job done nonetheless for Luminosity.
Yeah, simple round. I mean, it could have actually been an ace. That nade, if you would have thrown it like 2 seconds before, it would have been an ace. But nonetheless, it was a good hold. And it's good for Fur as well. He is one of their key players for Luminosity. Just giving him some eco frag as well, just will make him feel better, and he might actually get some more confidence. So,
now the one trick is here, they've stuck with the FAMASs after a domination from over Fnatic in that pistol, but pistol was all that Fnatic had. They didn't invest anything, and we see the AKs coming out in that 3rd round buy, and might catch a few of them off guard. As it is, tag straight away on Fallen Cold Zero. It does go down to Crimson immediately. Problems forming here. There is only Bolts holding A site left.
Yeah, he's now in trouble. Going to have to back away to somewhere a little bit more defensive. Olaf's around the side here, and Olaf will be able to take him. So just the 2 men, one of which was Fallen, but Flusher will double up for the finish there. And that was just a massive whitewash round. I mean, Luminosity, I don't think it really got in position there.
No, I mean, it didn't look like it. They just got picked apart on every single position of the map, and I mean, I don't even think Fnatic tried. Crims just dropped down Pop Dog, and I think it was Bolts just walking through the smoke again after Crims just throwing a flashbang. It was an easy kill basically, and this happened throughout the map. Like, Bolts was alley, but yeah, they just seemed very out of place.
Well, it does seem like Luminosity are favouring the Deagles when they can go for a bit of an eco, try and get something, but Olofmeister, as you mentioned earlier on, is a pest on this map. He can literally go where he pleases, and it seems that Ivy is where he's focusing on, looking to see if Boltz wants to dare challenge him with that Deagle. While this is all happening, it is simply distraction tactics, and it's keeping 4 members of Luminosity over on A site, because B site is where Flusher is currently looming, just around the corner from Steel, who's trying his best to hold the angle. Flusher's going to come a peeking, but that Deagle not in the right place at the right time, and it was a easy shutdown from Flusher as B site is wide open. Fur the only man on the rotate.
Yeah, they can walk into this site now, no problem. There is Olofmeister still over by A, and will be stopping them even from getting in towards that B bomb site. Gets himself another kill there. That's 2 so far this round. Still has 12 HP, so needs to be a little careful. Cold with a CZ could take him out and then maybe steal an AK. There is the takedown. But whether he gets near that AK remains to be seen, because they'd sent 1 man to defend with that low HP player. There's the Deagle from Fur. 1 kill for him, but more will come in. And it's now a 3-on-1. Cold with a CZ. Gonna push on through, and there's Flusher to spray him down to bring Fnatic just 2 rounds away from picking up map 1.
Yeah, and you see Olofmeister again, that he's just running around basically looking for frags. And don't get me wrong, this is what he does for every single team out there. So it's not just Luminosity not giving them a run for his money, but this is basically how he plays, which is why he's so good on this particular map. And now here we go. This is basically the last chance for Luminosity to try and make a comeback on this map.
This will be map point for Fnatic if they were to get it. Fallen looking to go aggressive. Flusher trying to quicken up the pace and push around B site, but not going to happen. But look at Pronax, he's already deep into the train yard. Just needs to peek around it. He's going to find Cold Zero up on high. Oh, that's already bolts down. That's just opened it up. Now Olofmeister and Pronax can just push and walk straight through. They're completely around the back of them. Pronax, unseen, unheard, straight in there. Cold Zero does get 1, gets 2 as well, manages to catch out on Pronax, but this site is very much in the hands of Fnatic. The only problem is they left the bomb way back over in spawn because they didn't think they needed it. Smoked off Steel. He's forced to rotate round. Now Fallen has to land some of these shots. Olofmeister's just around the corner. Didn't quite catch vision of it. The timing was not quite there, and Flusher will get the plan down.
Can't see them doing, or even maybe trying for this one at this point. I mean, obviously, Fnatic to finish will go up to 14. It is still a 2 versus 3, so it's not wholly impossible. But they need some incredible individual play here out of Steel and Fallen. And you look at Fallen in particular, considering his form so far this tournament. And it looks like they've decided, okay, we're not going to be able to pull this one off. We need to push out, try and hold these weapons, and then go for an overtime.
Yeah, and Fallen just actually picked up the kit as well, so they actually didn't have one when they started retaking. And Fnatic, Pronax just rushing out T-Connector, Olofmeister basically just rushing down Ivy, getting the entry straight off the bat. They had no idea that Pronax was actually even outside, so close to the bomb site. He got 1, he managed to go down, and then Olaf just... overall, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Olofmeister, he's everywhere on this map. Even Pronax are allowed to do stuff, and that's not something you usually see.
And when you see a result like this, you got to think, well, this was Luminosity's map pick. They either had something in their mind, or it was based off that single result, as you pointed out, where they took them to overtime. But clearly, Fnatic not faltered throughout this tournament, seemingly untested so far. They managed to steal their way half a way in towards the semi-final. Fallen does manage to get the first kill on towards Olofmeister, and now they're going to try and push on through. Steel has to hold them at bay with JW. He is not missing today. Steel, though, does manage to get things in their favor. Fur on the fast rotate, trying to get around the back there, but Pronax and Flusher are just going to gun down the B defenses. Fur's going to come around, but JW is in no mood to let them slip. And it will be a very simple 16-5 for Fnatic. They made it look easy in their first map. Can they close it out in 2?
Yeah, very dominant performance by Fnatic. And you see they always have their flank covered. They have every single position covered when they hit the bomb sites, which again makes them so good, and it's so hard to play against. And for a team like Luminosity, maybe they had an approach coming into the game, and maybe they just felt like, let's not play Cobblestone because we played it twice already this tournament. Fnatic will know how to play. Let's play something we haven't played before and just try to do something with it, because like in reality, if they have seen Fnatic play on this map, they should know how they play, and they, again, it wasn't pretty.
Not pretty, and the worrying thing I think here for Luminosity is that Fnatic don't look even flustered from that one. Just you know, another day at the office, so to speak, and just a very convincing win overall. I mean, Flusher hitting the 20 bomb, Olaf had 21 by the end of it, and across the board they were just hitting shots left, right and center. We talked about Fallen earlier on, and I mean the problem was here that it didn't really get started first of all, and from there, when you're losing round after round after round after round, after trying a few different strategies, you start to think, well, how do we actually break this defense?
Yeah. Exactly, and yeah, Fallen, especially on this map, it's really hard to be a main ARPer on this map, especially on the T side, because you will keep on getting re-smoked. You don't really have that many angles to try and get a pick from. This is all about executing reality, and they just didn't really have any.
Well, Fnatic certainly are making an example of Luminosity so far, and well, they've managed to put a marker down throughout this tournament. Let's see if anybody can stop them as we move on to map 2. We'll be back after the break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.